Okay, after interchanging that you have to put the hyphen between them, and after that, okay, this is the list format, but after that you have to enter it into the string format. Now inside y what will be entered into the first iteration. Now inside y it will be happen 08 hyphen 23 2019 and so on. Okay, so you just think about this logic only for single value, automatically would be happen for everyone, because I value starting is this one, you think the logic for this one. Now in the next iteration I value would be this 24, into the next iteration I value would be 25. Okay, so just focus on this first concept, first, you know, the first value automatically would be happen for everyone. Now first thing that you have to split it, you know very well, that's mean you have to split, because you have to find out it, you have to find out it separately. Now the first concept is done. Now your xx contain this, on the 0th index this, on the 1 index this, on the 2 index this. Okay, now what should I have to do if I do something like this? Okay, if I do something like this, let's suppose I took a new list. Okay, I took a new list and the value of this one is 0 0. Now observe carefully. Now this is the 0th index, 1 index and 2 index. Now what I want on yy0, on yy0, not this y, this is another list. On yy0 that you need x of 1. Okay, x of 1. On yy1 you need x of 0. The rest is same. Here the x of 2. Now if I do this, this concept is called swapping the numbers basically. Now what I am doing, now observe carefully. Here I took a new list inside this. Okay, this code is entire inside this. Now here the 0 index and 0, this is the initial values. That's mean this one value on the 0th index, this one value on the 1 index, this one value on the 2 index. Now what I have to do, on yy of 0, what you need xx of 1. Okay, on yy1 what you need xx 0. Okay, on yy2 what you need xx 2. Now this number has been settled down into this yy, this number. Now your yy will become something like this. Okay, 08 comma 23 comma 2019. This is settled down. Now I have to convert it into the string. Okay, for converting this string, and what I have to join this hyphen, and I know which method is available for the same. Join will take the data into the list format, and what it will return? It will return you this string. For the same, that what you have to do now this time. Let's suppose I am taking one more variable. Okay, f date. Now this is the f date is the variable. Now inside this what I have to join, hyphen dot join. Okay, with whom that you have to join? yy. Now this has been joined. Now fd contain this string 08 hyphen 23 2019. Okay, now fd contain this string. Now this string that you have to add into y. For adding this data into the y, what we have? Y dot append of fd. That's it. Now this is the logic that you have to write this logic entirely into this for loop. Here what you have to do, for I in L. That's it. Now I starting value 2308 to 2019. Okay, now I next value 24, I next value 25, 26, 27. Now this time the first it will happen for 23. When the complete process is done for 23, then what will be next one? 24. Then what will be next one? 25 date, 26, 7, 8 and so on. I don't know how many values are there. Let's check it out, the code for the same. Now the picture would be more clear. Two dates can never be same. If the dates are same, then that doesn't matter. Na? We are changing the sequence of the dates. We are not changing the content of the date. We are just changing, we are interchanging it. We are converting this data according to our requirement. Two dates can be same, can be same. Doesn't issue. That is not an issue. Issue is that you have to convert the data into this format. Because why so? Okay, from one software, let's suppose this data is coming from iPhone. Okay, the format of iPhone is something else. Now imagine it. This data is coming from iPhone. I am WhatsApp, or I am some application. You are using my application, and you are generating the data into this format. Okay, you have done the task. But when I have to process, I have to send this data into another application, and that application take the data into this format. So what I have to do? If I give this format, then I will get the error over here, because this is not an appropriate format. Then what I have to do? I have to convert this data into this format. This is the concept of the data pre-processing. This data, I got a data into this format. When I got my data, because you are using, let's suppose you are using Facebook. Okay, you are using Facebook from iPhone. And when you generate the data, your system, because every mobile, every application, every operating system generate the data by their own. Okay, so it's depend upon the operating system to operating system what exactly format they are using. So when you generate data something like this, I capture this data, but into the next, I have to process your data. But when I have to process your data, my application or my software, okay, that take the data into this format, but I capture the data into this format. So I have to do the pre-processing. Okay, I have to do the pre-processing. Let's suppose this one is the iPhone user. Okay, one person is using my application from Windows, and just imagine it, Windows is generating something like this. Okay, Windows is generating something like this. Okay, Windows is generating something like this. So what you have to convert the data into appropriate format. Okay, otherwise let's suppose I am getting some another operating system, Android, and inside Android the system is generating something like this. Okay, but my system is taking into this format, so I have to take care about all these things. Okay, I have to take care about all these things. So this is a little complicated, but this one is a simple format of the same. So now check it out, the code for the same. I think the picture is clear over here. The picture is clear over here or not? Okay, so let me execute this. Anyone having doubt regarding this? Now the codes are little, the big, but this is very useful code. It's a real-time use case. This type of problem that you face into the, the live scenarios when you perform the task. Okay, now understand it. Now you better understand why we are doing this, because that was the best example to understand. The both of the user are using, my application. Let's suppose my application is Facebook, and both of you are my valuable customers, and both of you are generating information. Okay, 2014, and I am copying it. Control C, Control V, okay, and Control V. I am taking this much amount of dates, 26 and 25. Now the picture is clear. Okay, but the required format are a little bit changing over here. Okay, so don't worry about it. The required format is I need slashes. Okay, I need slashes. So I change the required format. I am getting the data into this format, but I have to store the data into this format. I have to use slashes. Okay, so for the same, what I am doing, I am taking another empty list. Okay, so rather than to take Y, I am taking the complete name, so that would be very easy to keep remember. Final output. Okay, so this is the list which will contain the final output. Now for I in L, first in I, what I will get? I will get this. Okay, just I have to think about it, nothing else. Don't worry about the entire process. You have to just think the logic on this first one. This for loop automatically convert the, for work for all the values. So for the same, first I am taking a temporary variable, okay, temporary variable, or you can take this s variable which will take the splitted data, I dot split, okay, I dot split. The split is this time on the basis of the hyphen, okay. Now when this executed, I am taking, I am writing the output for the same. This one is called hash is called commenting, okay. The meaning of the comment is this is just for the information. This when I use this hash, and after that whatever I write, okay, that would be considered as a comment. So comment means just for the information. It none of the concern of the logic, just to for the information. So I am writing over here, s will contain information something like this: 23, 08 and 2012, okay, information something like this. Now into the next one, what you have to do, now I am taking a temporary variable, temp is equal to this one, 0, 0, 0, okay, 3 indexes, 3 indexing, okay, 3 indexing, 0 index, 1 index and 2 index. Now the next one is, now what do you have to do? Swapping the data, okay, temp of 0, on the temp of 0th position, what you need in the final output, what you need, s of 1, okay. In temp of 1, what you need, s of 0, okay. In temp of 2, what you need, s of 2, okay. Now so with this I am writing the hashing. Now what exactly happening, okay, on the 0th position, what data entered, okay, let me like this, temp of 0. So here the value is added, s1 mean 08, okay. So I am writing the comment with every statement, so it will make more sense. Now temp of 1, now it will contain s of 0 mean 23, okay. For the same here, s of 2, okay. Now it will contain 2012. So finally it become the y become, basically the y is a list which becomes something like this, 08, 23, 2012, okay. So it becomes something like this finally. Now what you have to do, you have to join it for the joining, okay. I am taking one more variable this time, xx is equal to, now what you want to join, I want to join this one, okay, dot join with whom, with y. Now what xx will become, this one. Now this one is 08 minus 23, okay, and you want to join these slashes, 23 slash 2012, okay. Now this become this, xx become a string like this. Now you know it, where you have to append it, you have to append it into the final output, okay. Control C, now Control V, okay. Final dot append, we know append is a method, okay, Now what you have to append, xx. Now inside final output, I am writing over here the comment, inside final output, now the first value become this one, okay. Control C, Control V. Now this one has been appended over here in the first iteration. In the next iteration, I value in the first iteration, okay, let me write in the first iteration, the I value is this one. Now I think the picture is more clear. I is this one, okay. Now when this first iteration completed, then what will happen, I value become this one, 24, no need to use it, okay. I value become this one, that is 24 in the second iteration, okay. In the third iteration, I value become 25. In the next iteration, I value become 26, okay. So entirely the same process happened here. This time when I did I dot split on the second iteration, here become 24. Okay, again temporary becomes 0 0 0. Okay, it is just temporary container. Just imagine it. What you have a one glass that contain milk. Okay, and you have a one container where you have to add sugar. After adding the sugar, that you have to add that sugar and milk inside some another container, something like this. Okay, let me draw now. I think the picture is more clear with the help of these comments. Now understand the concept that you have a glass which contains, okay, now I am writing the complete process in the layman term. That picture would be more clear, because in future something like this. On the tap, the flow of water is coming. You hold some water inside this glass. Okay, you close the tap. Now what you did, into the another container, that is your temporary container, here you add this water, and you add let's suppose color. Okay, after mixing it, what you did, there is a very big container where you add it. Okay, okay, again in the second step, again you open the tap. Now this one is empty, again it filled with water, again it go over here you mix the color. After mixing the color, again you send it into the big container. Okay, again you open the tap, again the same step happens, exactly same happens, the same thing happening over here. Okay, this is just like your tab. Okay, tab where you are getting the data is into the streaming. Okay, now this one is the final container, just like a big container. This is the concept. You open the tab, you close the tab, you open the tab, you close the tab, you open the tab, you close the, until the tank is not empty. Let's suppose there is some tank. Okay, there is some tank. This is just like a big tank. Until this tank is not empty. Okay, so in the first iteration, in the first container, what you get, this one your first container where you splitted the value and you add it into the temporary container where you are mixing. After mixing, you are adding into the final container. So this one is your final container where you have to finally submit the value. So this value is further printed on the screen. This is the entire process in the layman term, what exactly happening over here. I think the picture is clear. Now if I print this final output, now you can check your output, final output. Saving it and let me run. Now my program name is file save as date.py. cmd py space date.py. y is not defined. Okay, I did a mistake. The mistake is y is not defined. So here y, not y. Here what you have to use? You have to use temp. Okay, because we are adding the data into the temp. So here you have to use temp. Okay, not y, because we are adding the data into the temp. Y contain finally this one, not y, because I write over here this is the temp. Okay, temp contain finally this one. So let me run. Okay, now you can check it out. Okay, now you can check it out. Let me print the original data. Print this L, that is the original data, and the data after modification. Now you can check. The data has been formatted according to my requirement. You can check it out. Now I am getting data into this format, but this is my final format. I received it. Now it is able to process by my application. Now my application can easily take this data and can process it. Haji, clear everything? Your voice is not coming. Mm-hmm. This one append. Yes, with the help of append I am adding it. The first value added. Now what exactly appended? Yes, now understand it. First value append. Okay, I already told you the append meaning inside computer science world. Append mean when you add first value, automatically second value will append over here. Automatically third value will append over here. Automatically fourth value append over here. Fifth value append. With the help of the append that I am adding the value into this list. Earlier my list is empty. The first value enter. Now the first index is filled out. Now it will automatically fill the value on the second index. Automatically fill the value into third index. Yeah, obvious at the very end. This is the meaning of earlier. This is the empty. This is the empty one. Na? So and start and end both are same. The start and end both are same in the first iteration. When it fill it out the first location, automatically it will append on the second location. Then third, then fourth. There is no need of len in this case. Why so? Because I don't want to iterate, the indexes of this. I don't need this. My requirement is something else. I need this one. So I play with this. So you can perform same thing with the with the length method. That can be happen with the length method, but that would be little lengthy method. So here my requirement is fulfilled with this. Then why should I go with length? You can perform with length as well. You can perform it. That's not an issue. But understand my point, huh? Here I need these values, not length, not index. Okay, I don't want to play with the index. I have to play with this value, and this values I am getting directly. If I have to play with this index, then you have to think about the len method. Okay, if you just imagine it, if you want to process only second element on the second index number, then you have to play with the range of len of this one. But here you need to play with these values, not with index. My question is this one. Anyone having any doubt? Yeah, please. Yeah, sure. Where let me check it out. 0, yeah, this one. Please. Sir. Go back to your list concept. The comma is appended automatically, na? There is no need. Automatically the list mean the first iteration, then. Now here I am what I am doing. Okay, I have a sequence of containers. Now imagine it. I'll tell you in more layman term. Let's suppose this temp is my Almira. Okay, empty Almira basically. On the self number 1, this is the self number 2. Okay, this is the self number 0, this is the self number 1, and this is the self number 2. Now, what you are getting? You want to interchange it. Okay, this one is another Almira, this one is another Almira, that is S. Here the 0, the 1 and the 2. Okay, now what you want? You want to add this content into this Almira, but what exactly you want? What you want, whatever on the 0th index, that should be come over here. Whatever on the first index, that should be come over here. Okay, now imagine it. On the first shelf that you have books. Okay, into the second shelf that you have gadgets. Okay, now what you want? When you are shifting the data into the another Almira, now this time you want these books should be on the shelf number 1 and these gadgets should be self number 0. So this is the concept of the swapping the data. This is same we are doing over here. So here temp of 0 assigning s of 1. So whatever on the s of 1, that's mean on the first shelf, that's you have gadgets, that will be placed on the temporary shelf on the 0th index, on the ground index. No. This would be happen after transferring it, because now your temporary Almira contain the data according to your requirement. Okay, now your temporary now this Almira contain the data on your requirement. Now what next you have to do? You have to convert it into the string. For converting it into the string, that we know with the join method, and join method always take the list, as we discussed in the last video. Join method always take the list, and now this become a string. And this string that you have to append into the final output. Sir, this is not a the concept of the cramming the things. Now understand the concept. I explained you each and everything into layman term. Don't try to cram all these things, because in the next environment the scenario would be something different than what you will do. But the logic will be something like this. You have to keep concentrate on the logic part rather than to cramming the thing. Now understand, I explained each and everything what exactly happening. You open the tab, then you did this, after doing this you mix it, and after doing this. Now same thing that we are doing over here. So don't try to cramming the things, just try to understand the things. Because okay, if in second example I give you this, now what you will do? Now I am getting your IP address, and I am getting your date format. Now what you will do? Okay, this is the one person, again this is the second person, again the third person. Now what you will do? You have to think something extra, because this concept is called inner list. Later on we will understand what exactly is the inner list, but for this point of time just focus on this. Mohammed sir, do you have any doubt? Mohammed sir, really easy. Confident. That's great. Very good. Because Ajay sir and the Vikas sir, they feel it very difficult. I am really happy to listen from your side. If it is true, then I am really happy. You capture the main concept that exactly I want to explain. So Sanveer sir, it's comfortable or not? Okay, good. So this is basically real time problem statement. Okay. Now the next one is, what was the next? Okay, understand it. Yes, understand it. Now this time you are getting the data into this format. And what I have to do, I have to convert the data into this format. That is my problem statement. Okay. Let's suppose you are getting the data into this format. Now what do you have to do? Okay, now I need this output. For the same, observe carefully. It's again very simple. X is equal to this one. I am taking very simple value. Now, first understand the mathematics behind it. How you can perform this. A multiply by 2, that's mean AA. B multiply by 3, that's mean BBB. Now you have to perform this one. Okay, so basic funda is this one. First of all, that you have to check it out. Is it string or is it int or is it character? If it is string, then the next you have to capture and you have to multiply with this. Okay, if it is character, then what next? You have to check it. You have to check for the next one and you have to multiply with the previous one. So the flow is something like this. First you check it out. Okay, it is character. Okay, if it is character, then you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to store it into the temporary variable again. Now I am storing it into the temporary variable. Okay, now I value become 2. Now I value is not a character. I value is not a character. If it is not a character, then what I have to do? I have to multiply with this A, this previous value. Now it will become AA. Okay, and you have to add into the container. Now you add it into the container AA. Okay, in the next iteration it will become B. Okay, it's a B, it's a character. Now this temporary variable will become B. Now this time B multiply by 3, that's mean the next value would be, the next iteration I would become the digits, and in digit what you have to do, you have to capture the previous value B into 3. Okay, and you have to add this into the same container. So this is the mathematics behind it. So how we can perform it, understand it. For the same, very simple logic, not complicated, very simple one. Understand and observe this scenario. I am taking a data, let's suppose I am taking a string variable s is equal to a2 b3, very simple value. Now for I in s, now the first value would I become become A. Now you have to check it's a digit or it's a alphabet. So we know how we can check it out. Last time we discussed, if I dot is alpha, I dot is alpha. Okay, is alpha mean if it is alphabets, that's mean A is alphabet. If this condition is true, then what you have to do? Temporary is equal to I. Okay, and here you have to take a final output variable, output this one, empty container. Okay, empty container. Now this one your empty container. Okay, then else part. If it is not alpha, then what you have to do? Now in the second iteration I value become 2. Now this condition is false, this condition will fail. Now what is the meaning of this? That's mean else would be executed. Now if else would be executed, what you have to do? Output is equal to, okay, output is equal to, what you have to do? Output is equal to output plus concatenation, because I have to concat with the previous value as well. Okay, I have to concat with the previous values as well. Now this time the first iteration my container is empty. Okay, so empty plus. Now what you have to do? Temporary, inside temporary what you have to do? A. So what you have to do? Temp multiply by. Now this one is also a string, this one is also a string, because this entire data into the format of this thing, you have to convert it into int of I minus 1. Okay, int of I minus 1. So what you have to do? Now what you have to do? This one become integer of 2. Now 2 multiply by A. What output I will get? I will get AA. Okay, I will get AA. In the second case, now why I did this minus 1? Okay, I will come back to this point. Okay, this time just remove this minus 1. Okay, in the next iteration I value become B. Okay, this condition true. Now the temporary variable contains B. Okay, temporary variable contains B. Now output. Now this time output is containing AA. Okay, now plus when this else part execute, when this is the 3. Now this one temporary is equal to b multiplied by int of 3. Now b. Now your output will become AA B. Now you can check it out. Okay, so let me write a code for the same. That will make more sense rather than to understand this. That will make more sense. Okay, x is equal to A to B3. For I, let me take one container. O is equal to empty container, the final output container. For I in x. Okay, if I dot is alpha, that's mean you have to store this temporary is equal to I, else what do you have to do? You have to O plus equals to, okay, writing O plus temp of multiply int of I. So now finally you have to print O. So you can check the output. The exactly same output is there. Exactly same that you are looking for. Now if I run for this A2 B3 V2. Okay, A2 B3 V3. Now same if I run this, now you can check it out. O is this one. Why so? Because this take the previous value. First empty the container for the next iteration. Always you have to remove the data from the previous container, then you have to supply the real data. Now understand it. You will get this. Now my input is this one, A2 B3 V2, AA BB V2. This is the way. I think it's very simple code. Alpha, not all num. Alpha, it will take only A to Z or small a to Z. Yeah, all num mean A to Z 0 to 9. Yeah, it won't take any numbers. Yeah, by default it's a 0 1 2 3. If I'm taking it anything, I'm taking A2 B3, it's automatically 0 1 2 3. Now this time I again don't need the indexes, I need these numbers. Okay, now anyone it's very simple code, I suppose. Anyone having any doubt, please do let me know. Yeah, bolo sir, please. No sir, that's not an appropriate approach. You are saying you want to split it. Sir, we use this plus. But understand my requirement, na? A to B3. What I need? When I get character, this is the format. The format is exactly same. The format would not change. Keep this point into mind. But my requirement is the length can be increased or decreased, but the format can never be changed. Okay. So understand first the exact scenario for the same. You are sending the data into this format. Okay, you are sending over the internet data into this format. When my application receive this data, my application will convert this data into this format. Okay, now format is exactly same. It can something like this. The format can something like this. Okay, format can something like this, but length can something like this. The format will never change. Keep this point into mind. Now my requirement is, first I have to iterate this all the data. Whatever digit come after the character, you have to multiply that digit with that character with that digit. Now I am repeating once again. Whatever character you are finding, and very next thing that you are finding the digit, and what you have to do, you have to multiply that character with the next digit. You have to multiply that character with next digit. If I simply say the previous character will be multiplied by, if my cursor is standing over here, the previous character will multiply by the current position character. That's it. This is the simple way. If you understand into this format, you can understand something. But the format is exactly same. The first is character, then is this digit. First is character, digit, character, digit, character, digit, character, digit, character, digit, character. The format would be same. The length can be increase or decrease. Okay, it can be length of the 20 characters, or it can be length of the 5 character, or it can be length of the 5000 characters. Okay, you send me data into this format, my application will understand this format. In the meanwhile, one of the hacker capture this data. Hacker capture this data. Now this is useful, unuseful for that particular hacker. Okay, now this is unuseful that particular hacker. Why so? Because my application treated something like this, but he captured the data into this format. This is simple concept of the encryption and decryption. Okay, just like a OTP. So understand it, I am getting the OTP into this format, but my application will understand, okay, the format would be this one, but I have to implement this one. If this thing is applicable, then the output is exactly true. So this is the concept like this. And to understand this concept, your current position character, ultimately it's a character because the entire data is into the string format. The current position character would be multiplied with the previous character, and your current position, when you are supposing to multiply it, your current position, when you have to take the action of the multiplication, your current position should be into the digits. Okay, so understand it. My string is this one. Okay, my current position is this one. Now I will check this entire condition. If it is character, okay, then what I have to do, I have to store it temporary variable. Okay, because I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do multiplication. Now the cursor move into the next direction. Now I have to check this character is digit or this is a character. Now it is a digit. Now if it is digit, then what I have to do, this current position character will multiply with the previous one. How I can keep remember the previous one? I know. I store it into the temporary variable. Okay, now the process has been done. After done this process, what you have to do, you have to add it into the new container. Now the cursor will move over here. Now I have to check, is it character or digit? Okay, it's a character. It's a alphabet, basically. It's a alphabet. Now what you have to do, you have to rechange the value of this temporary variable. Now temporary variable will become v. Okay, now the step has been done. Now move to the cursor to the next position. Now again I have to check this current position is character or digit. Now say it's a digit. Okay, it's a digit. Then what you have to do, you have to multiply with the previous character, and I know my previous character is placed into the temporary variable. I did it. After performing this, you have to add, not replace. You have to basically append. This value. Okay, now I know when I have to concat these two values, then I know I have to perform this one. Same thing I am performing over here. And I am reassigning the value over here. Okay, this one is a empty variable. In initial stage, O is empty. Just like a big container where you have to place the data, where you have to concat the data basically. For concatenation, what you are doing? In the first iteration that you have empty data. Okay. now what you did, you multiply A multiply by 2. Now O become AA. Okay, in the first iteration. Now O become AA in the first iteration. In the second iteration again process the same. Now this time O is equal to O plus B multiply by 3. Now this time O contain this one AA and B multiply by 3 B's. Now this means it's a concatenated. Now O become AA B. Now let's suppose there is one more case, x2. Okay, now this time my O is AA B. The same thing that I have to perform. Now this thing O multiply by x multiply by 2. Now this time this one AA B plus your x, what x contain, x into 2. Okay, x into 2. So it's x. Now it's x. Now your O become AA B x. Now this is the process. Yes, please. The same thing I am doing over here. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's plus basically. It's plus basically. Okay, it's my writing mistake. O plus x times 2. Okay, so I think today's Muhammad sir is doing very well. He getting each and everything. I think Muhammad sir watched my video. You know, I think you watched my all videos on repeating mode. Okay, you sorry, I didn't get. No problem. Chalo, anyways, now I think the picture is clear. Move for the next one. The next assignment is little diplomatic. Now here we have to use the find method. I know you guys forgot about the find method. Did you practice with the same? Okay, perfect. Now we will use this find one. Now understand it. This one is this one. I love. No problem. So understand this point. So let's suppose the searching string is Python. Okay, I am asking from user what you want to search. User say okay, I want to search Python. So the output for the same is okay, this one is 14. Okay, now output would be at which position? At 7. Okay, at 7 and at your 14. So output would be something like this. Okay, this is the first case. Second case, let's suppose user enter over here X or Z. Okay, so what output I will get? Sorry, this is the case number 2. Sorry, not present. Okay, this is the case number 2. Keep this point into mind that I have to handle both of the cases. Sometime user is looking for that particular string or character which is not available to the entire string. So I have to give the message to the user, whatever you are looking for, that is not available inside the entire string. Okay, case number 2, if you find that thing, how many times you find? Let's suppose you find on 2 times. Then I have to give the static index of that particular string. And the static index of that particular string is 7 and 14 in the case of Python. Okay, in the case of O, let's suppose the user want to find out O. Okay, in the case of O, the starting string for the O is 3. Okay, that's mean O present at 3, then O present at 11, then O present at 18. Okay, in the third case the output would be this one. First case, that person is looking for a word. Second case, the person is looking for a character, and the third case, the person is looking for that character or that word which is not available inside this string. So I have to take care all these things. Okay, the code is very simple. For these two, the same, exactly same code will work. Here you have to manage this condition with counter, as we already discussed what is the role of the counter. If the counter value become 1, the meaning is that yes, it's find out. If the counter value still remains 0 after completing the entire process, that's mean it didn't get anything. So I will use the concept of the counter inside this code. So understand this code. Very simple and very easy. Okay, I am taking this case first. Now how I can find it out? Okay, for first iteration, that I have to find into the entire string. That's mean I will find okay, this x dot find. If I write the layman code, find of, you want to search this s, okay, s contain Python, okay, from entire string 0 to 20. For this entire string, now output would be 7. Okay, case number 1. Now in the next case, from where you want to find the same string, now this time you have to find this output plus 1. That's mean in the next iteration, that what you have to do, you have to find from the index of 8 to the entire string. Okay, now this time 8 to 20. Now this time you will find the Python on 14 position. Okay, you got on the 14 position. Now in the next case, what you will do, you will find again Python from this, let's suppose this one, find Python from 15 to 20. Now this time we know it. If it is find out the Python from the entire, from the entire values, then it will return the index of the same, otherwise it will return the -1. Now in this case, that it will return the -1. -1 mean the data is not available into this particular indexes, but we already find it out on this index of 7, index of 14. Now when -1 is occur, what is the meaning of that? Now we have to stop the iterations. Okay, we have to stop the iteration, because I don't know how many string is this one, what is the length of this string, because I don't know. Okay, I don't know. When I don't know the length of this string, then what I have to do, I have to keep process. But at one time you have to break the loop. For break the loop, when I will break my loop, when my find will return me -1. Now what is the meaning of -1? That's mean that character is not available to that particular searching areas. Okay, in the first searching area you find it out perfect, in the second searching area you find it out perfect, but when you do the next one, it give you the -1. Now -1 mean I have processed the entire previous string, but in this one I didn't get it. That's my everything is done. That's the meaning of this one is I search from this to this, and now there is no more Python. Okay, so we have to keep this point into the mind while attempting this question. So we know it infinite loop. We know the infinite loop. The infinite loop we know it while true. While true is a infinite loop that will never break. When it will break? When you will use Control-C or you will use break. Okay, so what I want it will keep continue until -1 is not there. When -1 is there, that's immediate break it. Okay, now meaning of the -1 is there are two cases of -1. The first case, when you didn't get into the first iteration. Okay, when you didn't get into the first iteration, for example, understand my meaning, I write f dot find of z, okay, into the first iteration 0 to 20. Now in this case, immediately the output would be -1. That means z is not present into the entire string. So when z is not present into the entire string, then I have to break the process. That means I have to break this while true loop. Okay, this is the one case. Second case, when I have to run this break and when I will get the -1. Okay, now if in the second case the person is looking for the Python, it will find the Python on 7th position and on the 14th position. Okay, but after that it will get the -1. Why so? Because it processed the entire data and there is only 2 times Python, but now there is no more Python. If there is no more Python, that means find will return you -1. When find will return you -1, immediately break the concept. Okay, so while true mean it will keep continue whenever -1 is not there. Now -1 will get 2 times. First time in the first iteration it can be happen because you are looking for the Z and Z is not there. Now you can print simple message on the screen, okay, your whatever you want to find, that is not available. Okay, but in the second case, okay, in the second case iteration happens 2 times because there is two, you know, there is 2 Python available inside this entire string. So after finding 2 Python, now there is no more Python. When there is no more Python, then it will again return -1. But this time you cannot display the message on the screen. Whatever you find, that is not available because you find it 2 times. Okay, so this time this will not happen. Okay, whatever you want to find, that is not available. This will not happen. This will happen if it is done into the first iteration. First iteration means I search it out from the entire string, but in the entire string there is no Python available or there is no Z available. Okay, so keep this point. This is a little diplomatic code and this is exactly your control F statement. Now, okay, now understand it, how I can write the code. Now very simple or very easy code, only hardly 2 or 3 line of code. So in the starting I am taking a position is equal to -1. Okay, now why I take this position is equal to -1, now understand it. While true, infinite loop will never break out. It will break when the system will get -1. Okay, and I am taking a counter that is 0. Initially counter value 0. Okay, now position is equal to x dot find. What you want to find? I want to find out whatever inside S. Okay, user enter Python, that is inside S. Okay, from where to where? From position. Okay, from position, starting value position is -1. Okay, +1, position +1 to len of this x, and the len of this x is 20. That's mean starting value position -1 +1. That's means starting 0 up to len is 20. Okay, the first is done. Now if, understand it, if position is equal to -1, double equals to -1, okay, then what you have to do? You have to break the entire process. Otherwise if this condition is not satisfied, what you have to do? Then proceed for the next. Counter value become 1, and what you have to do? Print item found at index. Okay, at index of position. Okay, now in the perpendicular of this y, if counter value still remains 0, then print whatever you want to find, that is not available. Very beautiful code. Search throughout the internet, you will never get this code. Now understand it. I am taking first scenario. Okay, I am looking for Python in the first scenario. Keep this point into mind. I will process this code for entirely 2 times. One is for Python and the second one is for Z. Okay, in the case of Z, you will get this. The value is not available. Now understand it. Now position is equal to -1, C is equal to 0. Why I took position is equal to -1? The first point is, if I take position is equal to 1, okay, here what would happen? 1 plus 1, 2. Okay, 1 plus 1, 2. Or if I take, let's suppose this position is equal to 0, then what will happen? 0 plus 1, 1. So now my processing start from this first index to the entire index. but I want to start my processing from the 0th index, and after that, after processing it, after that I want to process from the 8th, after that I want to process for the 15th. That's why I am adding 1 plus 1 plus 1. Now I am elaborating this thing. In the first iteration, I am looking for the Python. Now you can check it out. The starting value position is -1. Okay. Now position. If I observe this, my code will be something like this. Find what is the starting value of position? -1, -1 and +1. That's mean 0. And len of x. Len of x is 20. So inside position, what output I will get? When I run -1 plus 1, 0 to 20. Okay, 0 to 20. Now x dot find of this s, and s contain Python. Now the starting value will become 7. Now the position will become 7. Perfect. Position will become 7. Processing, after processing this line, position 7. Now I am checking it out. 7 double equals to -1. It say no. 7 double equals to -1. Condition failed. So you don't need to perform this break. Now C value become 1. C value become 1. And you have to get the message on the screen. Item found at position 7. Item found position 7. Okay, this one is the first iteration. Now in the second one, again while true, this is not breaked out. Okay, it is not breakout because it never enter into this condition. Now it is not breaked out. Now what will happen next? Again into the next scenario. Now this time, what is the position value? 7. Okay, now 7 plus 1, what it become? 8. 8 to length of 20. That means now you have to search out from this 8th point to 20th length. Okay, up to 19. Now what output you are getting? What output you are getting? You are getting 14. Now position become 14. Okay, I am writing over here. Position become 14 because it is returning that the Python is available into the 14 of index. Now 14 double equals to -1. 14 double equals to -1. No, that's mean loop is not breaked out. Then again C value become 1. C value become 1 and printed on the screen item found at position. Item found at position 14. Okay, done. Now in the third iteration, what is happening? Now in the third iteration, the position is 14 plus 1. That's mean now what criteria that you have to follow? 15 to 19. 15 to 19. Okay, now that's mean you have to run from 15 to 19 up to 19. Always you know it very well. Okay, now what is it is returning this time? This time there is no Python. There is no Python. The word is YTHON. That is not equivalent to the Python. So what output I will get? I will get -1. Okay, I will get -1. Now -1 double equals to -1. Perfect. Loop breakout. Okay, now it's came out from this condition. Loop breakout. And this one C double equals to 0. Now I will check C value 0. No. C double equals to 0 or not? No. Because the C value is 1. So this would not happen. This would not happen. Okay, this would not happen. This is the first case. Now into the second case. Understand this scenario. Now this time I am looking for Z value or Z value. So screen is very dirty. So this time I am looking for the Z value. Okay, now this time user enter that he wants to find out the Z value. Okay, now in the first case entirely same, position become -1. So he has to find from 0 to 20 and immediately position will become -1. Okay, because Z is not present to the entire string. Now condition satisfied into the first iteration. Condition satisfied into the first iteration and breaked out. When this break out, that means this would not happen. This would not happen. This would not happen. C value remains 0. C value remains 0. Now after breaking the loop over here, it will never process these two values. After breaking the loop over here, okay, now it will check 0 double equals to 0. Yes, condition is true. That's mean that is not available. That is not available. This is the process. This is the process to happen this kind of scenarios. Okay, let me show you the practical. After that I will take your questions. So this one. Okay, this time. Okay, so the text is this one, or you can say string is this one. I love Python. I love. Okay, I love Python. That's it. Very simple. Same one. Now this time, position is equal to -1, c is equal to 0, while true, infinite loop, never will break. It will break when implement break. Okay, position is equal to s dot find. What do you want to find? Ask from the user first. What do you find? What do you want to find? Okay, find is equal to input of what you want to find. Okay, what do you want to find? Okay, find. So rather than use find, use f. So here I am taking the relevant names. Okay, so that picture would more clear. Search. Now this time, text dot find. What do you want? Find, search. Search whatever the user enter. Okay, and from where to where? Position plus 1 to, okay, position plus 1 to len of text. Now this one is clear. Now if position double equals to -1, then what you have to do? You have to break the entire process. Otherwise c is equal to 1, print of item found at position. Okay, that is position. Item found at index. Rather than position, we are writing index. That make more sense. And after that, if c double equals to 0, that's mean these two lines won't happen. These two lines won't happen. Okay, if these two lines won't happen, that's mean you have to give the message to the user what you want to find. What you want to find that is not available. Okay, so I am writing it, I am saving it, file save as text finder.py. Now understand this scenario. Now what you want to find? In the first case, that I want to find out the Python. Okay, now you can check it out. Output item found at index 7 and index 14. Same. Now this time what do you want to find? This time I want to find out Z. Now what you want to find that is not available. Okay, now another one more case. Now this time I want to find out O. Okay, the O is present at the index of 3, index of 11 and index of 8. Okay, now this time what do you want to find? I want to find like. Okay, the entire string doesn't contain like. So what do you want to find that is not available? So this is the complete process. Now you feel very good after seeing this output. Exactly same output, whatever happen inside the machine, inside the control F statement, I think exactly same happens. So now time for questions. What question that you want to ask, please let me. Anyone having? Anyone having any question, please do let me know. Sir, just like a container, a counter, how I came to know I found or not? The same example, how I can get to know the fan run or not? The same thing over here. How I can know whether the string is find it out or not? If the C value become 1, that's mean it's execute one time. at least one time. Okay, if it execute at least one time, the meaning of that is the item is find it out. If the item is find it out, I can never give this message what you want to find that is not available. I can never. If it is found only at least one time, then I cannot display this message on the screen that what you want to find that is not available. I cannot display this message. This message would be appear only if in the first iteration if I didn't get anything. That's mean if the first iteration done over here, in the first iteration I got -1. If I got -1, then mean the position become -1 and immediately break this loop. No need to process over here, no need to process over here. If my control doesn't move over here, then it's mean the C value remains same, whatever value that we initialize at the starting. And then that value is same. If that value is same, then you have to print this message on the screen. Whatever you want to find that is not available. This is the role of C. Yes, we can proceed with rain. Now that time, if I proceed with rain, that would be more complicated. That would be more complicated. Okay, this one is the best way to achieve it. We know while, we know true, we know find. Okay, rest of the thing we know if. This is just part of think the concept. But the thing is, we don't know concept, how we can implement. This is the way. Now you get the clarity how we can implement such type of condition, such type of problems. If you find into the anywhere throughout your life, now you can easily understand it. Okay, that was the logic for the same. Change your logic at your requirement. Now you can change something, whatever you want to change, you can change over here. So you can what you can do now this time. Okay, if I write this Python, okay, Python. Now it will say whatever you want to find that is not available. So you can handle this scenario as well. Now your assignment is this one, that you have to handle this one. If I write this Python, okay, that's mean it should give the message to the user, yes, the Python is available. You have to ignore the uppercase and the lowercase characters. You have to just match the word. The Python is exactly matched. That doesn't matter it is into the capital letter or into the title or into the small letters. That doesn't matter. Okay. So anyone having any doubt, please do let me know before close this session. So, okay, Mohammed sir. Okay, Sanvi sir. So I will you will get the video within 1 hour or within 2 hours. So watch my video and try to do by your own. So thank you. We will meet tomorrow and with next topic and with new assignments. Okay. Okay. Thank you.